Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. It is Mortoti here. So in this video, we are going to be talking about for loops. Okay, we are going to be talking about for loops, a very important concept in programming. Okay, so let's quickly start something. Okay, so we are talking about for loops. Okay, so what are we trying to do here? Okay, let's say we wrote a if statement. Okay, and then we all know that this statement will check that condition is true. So you let me demonstrate it. So if okay, so let me have int age that's equal to 18. Okay, they have if, and then we have the condition here. If you've not watched my video on if statements, kindly watch that so that you understand before you move on. So if the age, okay, is equal to 18, okay, then I'll bring my curly braces and I'm going to write what I want to do. See out, okay. I want to write see out what you are. Oh, okay. Now let's see what's happening here. So this will check, okay, the condition. It will check if this condition is true. If this is true, it will print this one and then it's done. Okay, it will only print it once. Okay, if it will check the condition, if it is true, it will print it once and then it is done. But then the for loop doesn't work that way. The for loop will check the condition, okay, which I will explain very soon. What will check the condition. After it checks the condition, it will do whatever it's supposed to do. After that, come back and check again if the condition is still true. If it is still true, it will keep on doing whatever that is here until that condition is no more what's true. So after it checks, to come and what perform the action, go back and check if it's still true. If it is true, it will come and what perform this. Then to go back and check if the condition is still true. Then let's say it is false now, then it will stop. So let me quickly illustrate that for you. But then before that, let's look at the structure and that before we look at what the logic behind that. So this is how it works. Okay, so you have the for, okay, and then you have the initialization. Okay, for you have initialization, you have the condition, okay, and then we have the increase. Okay, so you have initialization, condition, and then increase, or sorry, increment. Okay, so for initialization and then what increment. That's very good. So that's what we have. Let me come back here. Good. So after this, what are we supposed to do? After this, then we also have what the curly braces, just like the if statement. And then within this, we have what should I say decisions or actions? Let's say you have the actions here. Okay, what you are supposed to do. Okay, good. So how is this working? So this will initialize it like the variable initialization and stuff like that. Because in the if statement, before I use age equal to this in the condition, I first initialize age as an integer at the top, right? Good. So for the for loop, you also have to initialize the variable, but then we do so inside what the for loop. So that's what the initialization is what's doing. That's very good. Now we have the condition. Okay. So this is the condition that we'll be checking. Okay. This is a condition. I think I should call this update. Oh, yeah, let me call this update. Okay. So we have the condition to here. Okay. So this is the condition. Check this condition. If this is true, then to perform the action. If it is true, then to perform the action. Okay. But then if that's the case, for if the first condition is true, then it will always be true, right? Yeah, I think you got a hint, right? Good. But then that's why I have the update. So the update is what helps us to terminate it, okay? So because of the update we have here, at a certain point in time, this condition will become what? False. It will not always what? Be true. Unless your update is wrongly, that's when it will always be what's true. But the purpose of this update is to ensure that when you get to where you want to get to, it should make this condition what? False. Okay? That's very good. So let me quickly demonstrate that in something real life so that you can what actually understand. Because I think that gives more understanding than all this conceptual stuff, right? Good. Let's start. So let's say we want to see out this, right? Want to do hello bit2. Okay. Want to do this, but I want to do it 5 times. Okay. And I'm feeling so lazy. I don't want to copy paste. Okay. I don't want to do it 5 times. So I can just follow. Okay. So let's see how it's going to go. Okay, good. So we have our 4, okay, and the brackets will come. So you have to initialize. So I'm using int. So int, okay. So let's say int I is equal to what? You let me use 0. Int I is equal to 0. Okay, good. Then you have this. Sorry, this means I'm supposed to use this and not the comma. It shouldn't confuse you. Okay, good. Int I is equal to 0. So I've initialized the I to be equal to what? 0. Okay, that's very good. And then the next one is a condition. Okay, so I want I to be what? Less than or equal to what? 4. I will explain why that range to you. And then the next one, we have I plus plus. Okay, and then inside this, we can go ahead and have what? Our action here. So now let's look at it. So we want to press hello BIT2 5 times. Okay, so meaning that this for loop should run 5 times. So it should run and print once, come and check again, and it should be true. And then to print again until it runs what 5 times, then it will stop for us. Okay, because by then we've achieved our goal. Okay, and I know most people get confused for the for loops, especially when it comes to arrays and stuff like that. But please, it's not that scary. Okay, I'm going to explain this for you to clearly understand. So you have the int I equal to 0. So I've initialized the I to be equal to 0. Okay. Now, then I less than or equal to 4. Why less than or equal to 4? Okay. So from 0 to 4, how many this one do we have? So we have 0, 1, sorry. You have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, these are the characters you have in between there. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these characters sum up to the total is 5, not the sum. Okay. So you have 5 characters here, right? Good. Which means that we are going to what? Be able to what? Loop it 5 times. Because you're saying that it should continue to do once the I is what? Less than or equal to what? 4. So it will first be 0. Right? It is 0. So, and then after it does this once, we increase the I by 1. That's the purpose of the I plus plus. Okay, let me demonstrate this. So it's first towards 0. And then when it runs 1, we will do what? We add 1 to it. So it becomes 0 plus 1. Okay, which is equal to 1. So we are now at 1. Okay, good. And put it in the comments so that you understand. So we are going to have this one to be what? 0. When it runs 1, we increase it by 1. And now we have the I to be equal to what? 1. So we are at 1 now, right? When it rises again, we increase it to by what? By 1. And then we get to what? We get to 2. Okay. Then right now we are at 2. And then it rises again, we increase it to what? By 1. Okay. And then now we have what? 3. And then to run again. Okay. It's run again. We are at 3. And then we run and we add what? 1 to it. And now we are equal to what? 4. Okay. Not that the first one. The first time that it ran, it was at 0. So it's run that one. And then to come and run this. So we get towards 5 times. Okay, this is 4. Plus the first one that it's run. Okay. This is that clear. That's very good. So that's how it's working. Okay. So you are going to run from 0 to what? 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 times. And then each instance, if we leave it to be 0, okay, to always be 0. So when we run it 1, we increase it by 1, we increase it by 1, and we'll be able to get towards 4. And then the one is gets to 5, it will stop. Okay, so let me show you the clear example. Then we do hello BIT. Sorry, not VIT. VIT2. Okay, now let's run this and see what I'm going to get. Run this, see what you are getting. We are getting BIT2. How many times? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I getting it. That's very good. So our range that we give it, okay, this is how you're able to run it 5 times. Now, the reason why I like for loops so much is that, let me explain this. Their condition always don't have to be the same. Okay, so you have to think through it. You see, you have to think through that. What should I do? What do I want my condition to be? What do I want to achieve? And how do I achieve that? Somebody is doing 0 to what? 4. Okay. Now somebody might say, okay, me, I'll do 1 to 5. Okay, if you do 1 to 5, it's still giving you a range of what? 5 numbers. Okay, and then when you run it, you are still going to get the same thing. Okay, so you have to know what I'm trying to achieve and then how I'm going to get there. Okay, so the range should be the number of times you actually want it to run. I get to me? Sure. Yeah, so people will ask that, so how do I know the range to use? Okay, so it's first have to find out how many times you want your for loop to run. Okay, how many times you want your for loop to run? Okay, then based on the number of times you want it to run, you can give it any range you want. So right now that I know that I want this to run 5 times, okay, I can either do 0 to 4. Okay, so that's 5 times. Okay, I can do 1 to 5. Okay, which is also 5 times. Okay, if you check the range, I can also do 2 to 6. That's also 5 times. Somebody can decide to do 3 to 7. That's 5 times. Okay, what am I trying to show you? What I'm trying to show you is that you don't have one particular range that everybody's supposed to use, that if you don't get that, you are wrong. Okay, just ensure that you are achieving your goal or you're achieving your purpose of that particular code, and then you're good to go. Okay, that's what makes for loop so interesting. I get to me. Yeah, so that's for the range and things like that. Okay, good. So let me clear this and then let's continue with something small. Okay, good. What if your condition is always true? Okay, so let's say right now I come here and I do I minus minus. Okay, and then I run this. That's what's going to happen. It's still printed. It's still printing. Okay, it keeps on printing, keeps on printing, keeps on printing. It won't stop until I stop it. Okay, why is this and how? What is it called? So this is called an infinite loop. Infinite loop is when the condition of your loop is always true. So we are saying that if the I is less than or equal to 5, and then we are at 1, and then we are doing minus, so we are going towards the negatives, and that will always be less than 5. Okay, so that's an infinite loop. It will keep on running. Okay, so you have to look at how you update your condition, your initialization, your update to make sure that everything is on point. Okay, then you know that you are good to go. Okay, so try as much as possible to avoid what? The infinite loop. I get you. Yeah, so basically that's follow for you. It's not anything that crazy. Okay, so you can try your hands on some questions. You can ask for questions in the comment section, and I'll drop them in the comment section for you. Or if you have my contact or something, to feel free to test me for more questions, and then we try our hands on a lot of things. By the way, I'll be dropping more questions. To some of the sessions will be about just questions, okay, and then we apply all that we've learned so far to solve questions, so that you grabs the understanding very well. Because this alone will not help you to understand. When you are solving things and then you face issues, then you know that, oh, this is how it's actually supposed to do it. Okay. Please, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop it in the comment section, and I'll be very glad to help you with them. Thank you very much. Bye.